Hello and welcome. This is Rooflemonger. My friends, the Game Awards have now concluded, and there's been a few good things to talk about, although, for the context of the channel, we were definitely hoping for a lot more fighting game things than actually happened. Street Fighter? Nope. Marvel Tokon? And poor old Virtua Fighter was really kind of hoping for some Virtua Fighter here, and no, we don't got that. Now, at least for Virtua Fighter, they did state the next time they show the game, it was going to be the biggest showing of the game they've ever had, and for Virtua Fighter, that just means the Game Awards is too small for VF. Too rinky-dink, too insignificant. And whenever it makes its grand re-debut, rest assured I'll cover it on the channel, whenever that's gonna be, sometime in the future, who knows. But we do got some stuff for the channel that's relevant to talk about, and also some other things I would like to talk about, because I do enjoy gaming as a whole. I do play things other than fighting games. But first, let's talk about what's relevant for the news. So one of the ones we knew about coming into the Game Awards was 2XKO was going to be at the Game Awards, and not the biggest reveal, although we do know who the next character is, with assuredly more info to flow at a later time. So Season 1 coming in January, coming to console in January as well. And who is our new character? Why, it's Testament! Joking. It's Caitlyn, everyone's favorite war criminal from Arcane. And speaking of war criminal, if Teemo got you up in your feelings about his screen control and zoning, well, if you don't know the character, let me tell you, the character with the sniper rifle is somewhat famous for fighting at a range. We do not have any details beyond what you're looking at right now, but I'm sure they'll come in time, and rest assured they'll be covered on the channel when they are available. I did play a decent amount of Caitlyn back in the day when I did play League. So what I'm saying is, Resistance Caitlyn, please. I always love that skin. I think that skin looks sick. Other than all that, when there's more to talk about, we'll talk about it. But Caitlyn is our Season 1 debut character for 2XKO. Now, moving on, so we did have also Fighting Game of the Year. And your Fighting Game of the Year is Fatal Fury City of the Wolves. And to me, well deserved. Other nominees like, say, a 2XKO. Once again, I like 2XKO, but the game's not out yet. It's in early access. It shouldn't have been nominated to begin with. And it'll probably be nominated again next year when it actually is out. And next year, there's gonna be a lot of competition, so we'll cross that bridge when we get there. But congratulations to Fatal Fury for winning Fighting Game of the Year. One thing we knew as well coming to the Game Awards was that Robert Kirkman, the creator of Invincible and The Walking Dead, would be here, and they got something for Invincible Versus. And we had a lovely cameo by Rexplode as well. And we got an all new character, like all new, not just new to the game, like new to the franchise of Invincible character, and a release date and more. So let's talk about that. So our all new character for Invincible Versus is Elemental. Which, okay, is a bad, dumb name. Yes. But it's also the most brilliant name ever conceived. So, like, yes, it's sort of dumb, but I love it. And, like, I gotta address the elephant in the room here, because, like, we just came off the Avatar fighting game alpha, right? And here we are, and she's using water, earth, fire, air. You know, long ago, fighting games lived together in harmony until Invincible Versus attacked. She's the Avatar, y'all. Like, okay, you could also argue she's Storm, I guess. But 4 elements, glowing white eyes, like, that's Avatar vibes to me. Granted, I think she looks actually really cool. I like the design, I like the look, I like all that stuff, but Avatar. We don't got much in the way of details other than the trailer, but we'll follow through when we know more. But hey, we got a release date. So the game is going to be out on April the 30th. That's not too far away. Definitely ready for Evo, right? Also, the game will be launching with 18 characters at the start, which is a very healthy amount in the modern day for a 3v3 tag fighter. Also means lots more characters to be revealed yet. And there's pricing here, there's a standard and deluxe edition. And the standard edition is not the usual $60 fare. It's a little bit cheaper, so I think that'll help it get in front of more eyes. And yes, we got a season 1 pass. We're going to have 4 additional characters. There are going to be extra cosmetics for the deluxe edition. There will be skins. So pre-order and you get 0 suit mark. And basically just a lot of good stuff, right? So it's coming out soon-ish at the end of April. We're going to have a bunch of characters. We're going to have costumes, DLC, like good stuff, good stuff. And hey, we just mentioned Mark. So speaking of Marks, we got our first look at the new upcoming Street Fighter film at the Game Awards. And this told me a lot out of the gate. One, that this movie is in no way remotely serious. Just looking at some of the casting, looking at some of the things they're doing. I'm guessing, at least I'm hoping, that they're intentionally going for like the Jean-Claude Van Damme 90s movie vibe of the original Street Fighter film. Because if it's any kind of self-serious like The Legend of Chun-Li was, given what they're showing, I don't think that's going to work. Very, very silly. And the casting is definitely something else. Like, look how real to life and photorealistic El Fuerte is. Now, I'm no Hollywood expert. I can't pretend to know every single person they casted in these roles. I do know I like the person they got for Zangief, because this guy's a big MFer. So I don't need much more than that. Zangief doesn't need much more than that. Good job. You got him. Like, that dude towers over everybody else. I do know, though, they got Roman Reigns for Akuma, which I kind of hate a lot. Not really good casting for one, and I just sort of hate Roman Reigns to begin with. I have been watching wrestling since the 80s. I have seen the worst of WWF, seen the worst of WCW, seen the worst of TNA. I've watched lots of footage from the Territory days. And I can tell you with the actual utmost sincerity that the Roman Reigns Big Dog era is the single worst era of pro wrestling history. No jokes, I'm not being cute about this. So I don't particularly care if he's more popular these days. In my eyes, he's the actual worst. So do I want to see him in the Street Fighter movie as an actual major Street Fighter character and one I don't think he's a good fit for? No, not really. But I don't choose, do I? So there ain't much to say other than whatever this is going to be, it's going to be interesting. Like, Jason Momoa is Blanca? What? Like, I'm sure he's taking this movie as I'm here to have fun, right? So God bless him. Whatever this movie winds up being, I can only sincerely hope that it's kooky and campy like it is for the original Jean-Claude movie in the 90s. And maybe they'll get there. They got beating up the car. Joe is a character. 50 Cent is Balrog. Hiroki Goto is Honda. Julie is one of the characters. Julie, what? I love Julie. You know, she's heavily associated in the T-Hawk lore. If this is what you got to do to get T-Hawk in another movie, I'm all for it. But yeah, on the channel, I'm sure we'll talk about this more in the future. But for now, weird a little bit. That's really all I can say. Also, how did you get the cast of the Street Fighter movie on stage, in person, and these people are not the ones presenting Best Fighting Game? What are you even doing? Now, for something pretty surprising, and I guess it was hinted at, but I didn't think it'd be that soon, is new Mega Man. What? So Mega Man, long and storied and troubled history, Mega Man is returning properly in a actual, like, no fooling Mega Man game. Like the kind you'd want. Like Lord knows, okay, I know there's Battle Network fans out there. I don't think people would want Mega Man to return as Battle Network first. Like, they want a proper 2D Mega Man. This is what we got. Recently, Capcom was talking about returning and restoring some long dormant franchises, of which, you know, Mega Man is certainly one of the most famous. And we're here. Cool. Like, very low on details. It's coming out 2027. So not even next year, right? Mega Man Dual Override. And that's about it. Like, we don't got much, but Mega Man's back in a big way. That's cool. I respect it. So that's a lot of the news. And if you want to bear with me, I just want to talk some of my thoughts about the Game Awards as a whole. One, the Claire Obscure Expedition 33 sweep, the greatest reception for any game in the history of the Game Awards. And all I can say is deserved, deserved, deserved. I don't talk about not fighting game stuff much on the channel, but I have mentioned Claire Obscure recently on some videos. And I kept telling y'all, it's the game of the year. And it's the game of the year. Don't need to go into it too much other than if you haven't played it already, go and play it. Treat yourself. You'll like it. Also, I just want to say not one, but two new Tomb Raider games Holy, I was out of my mind happy with that. Been almost 10 years since the last Tomb Raider game, Shadow of the Tomb Raider. I'm a big Tomb Raider fan, by the way. I grew up with the franchise. By the way, on Steam, the Tomb Raider franchise, like everything's on sale for like 90% off. If you've never played the reboot games, they're like dirt cheap. You owe it to yourself. If even only the first game, if you like it, you'll definitely love Rise. Shadow's the weakest of the three, but it's still not even bad. But the first two are amazing. And here we are now. We have a actual reboot of the original Tomb Raider, and it's basically a sequel to the reboot trilogy because that's Lara before she's the Tomb Raider. Now she's the Tomb Raider. So Tomb Raider 1 is like Tomb Raider 4 in a weird way, but doing handstands, doing cool stuff, fighting and killing dinosaurs, shooting 2 pistols at the same time is all the stuff you need. This one comes out 2026, and the next one, the all new adventure, the one that's not a remake, comes out in 2027. Awesome, sick. I'm stoked. Need to destroy countless priceless historical artifacts and re-extinct the dinosaurs. Let's go, Lara. We also had the new game from Nagoshi Studios. So Nagoshi, the creator of Yakuza, is making his new, frankly, Yakuza-like game. Y'all know on the channel, I actually make several Yakuza videos. I like Yakuza a lot, right? And the whole time, I'm looking forward to this. I'm joking around it's not unlike a dragon. It's similar to a dragon. And then they make... I'm going to like this game, right? I'm going to play this game. Gang of Dragon is the worst thing you could have called this. I'm looking forward to the game. I'll play the game. Not the name you should have went with. Another huge one for me was Total War Warhammer 40k. I'm so excited. I've been playing the Total War games since the original Shogun Total War. I've got thousands of hours in the franchise. I love Warhammer 40k. Oh, well, rooflemonger, post your 40k credentials. How about boxes full of primed and unpainted minis? Oh, don't worry. I'll definitely paint them one day. We always say that. Used to play lots of Dark Eldar from 3rd to 5th edition. Then I switched over to Chaos Marines. And I love all the books. I love the stories. I love the universe. And I love Total War. And now I've been waiting for this for a long time. This has sort of been low-key known for a while. But damn, I'm excited. I put so much time into Three Kingdoms Total War because that's another setting I love in history. I'm excited they just announced Medieval 3 not too long ago. I never thought they'd go back to Medieval. It's really fun when you get 2 franchises you love and you mesh them together, almost like a guest character in a fighting game. Only thing I'll say for this game, other than I'm really excited, is we got Marines, we got Eldar because they're in the picture, we got Orcs. You need another baddie besides the Orcs until you do the billion expansions and DLCs I know they're going to do because that's how Creative Assembly works. But till then, I hope the launch roster of baddies is Orcs and Necrons. I like Necrons. Space Egypt Terminators, there's a lot to like there. And the last big thing for me, and this one I just had no idea. This one just blindsided me, so I was very excited, is a new Ace Combat. I love Ace Combat. The silly melodrama of the plots, the barely realistic fightings, because planes don't work that way in real life. I remember God knows how many years ago playing Ace Combat 4 Shattered Skies on PS2. And that game was a revelation to me. I love Ace Combat 4. I love Ace Combat 5. I love Ace Combat 0. Ace Combat 6, Fires of Liberation. It wasn't the worst game. Go dance with the angels. Ace Combat 7 was sick. It retied together the strange real world. And then it had Stonehenge back. And Stonehenge is part of the reason I thought Ace Combat 4 was so cool to begin with. So yeah, basically, new Ace Combat, sign me the F up. I'm all in. I love these silly games. And just so you remember, I'm a gamer, so I got to be negative about something for no real reason. The final big reveal has got to be the weakest big reveal in Game Awards history. What even is this? Who's this for? I'm sure there's got to be someone who's excited. There always is, but you're selling me on this high fantasy world and then you're doing shotguns and assault rifles? What? Maybe I need a proper gameplay demonstration or something. But this just looks like another shooter and you add it to the pile. The only thing I really enjoyed is they have the mounts and you can apparently ride a bear. That's cool. Otherwise, I've seen plenty of, big end show reveals that weren't for me necessarily, but I can't really recall any. I've just been flat out unimpressed and I'm just not impressed. Love to be wrong. I don't know, but this just seems like a swing and a miss. I don't know. High fantasy and assault rifles do not mix. So otherwise, that's the Game Awards. really cool things, for me at least as a gamer outside of the fighting game stuff. Fighting game stuff, I wish there was more. I wish there was something for Tokon. I really wish there was something for Virtua Fighter. There wasn't. There'll be the day when there is something for Virtua Fighter, and rest assured, when the time comes, I'll be covering it. Just wasn't today, no matter how much I hoped it was. That all said, that's the news for now, and that's it for the video. So, thank you very much for watching. Hope this video has found you well, and go out and play some fighting games.